So we're going to start with the sensor mount drawing. There's a couple of things that we need to look at for this one. We're going to start off with this arc right here. This is usually the part that is the most trickiest for everyone, because this drawing really doesn't fully explain that these two radiuses right here share a center point, and most people don't really realize that this 1.5 inches kind of throws off the arc. So we want to make sure that this circle and this circle are going to be tangent. So we're going to use circle radius, make it tangent there and tangent on that circle. So I'm going to go ahead and lay out the beginning. I'll just stick this these two circles right here on the center point, 0, 0, with a radius of 0.75. And the other circle radius has a radius of 1.5. Oops, did I not pick that? Let's try that again. 1.5. Alright, so I'm looking at the information here. So going down 5.5 inches, oops, will give us the base. So let's go ahead and start laying out that information. I'm drawing. So 5.5 down, over 2, and I'm going to just go ahead and pick on this line right here and stretch it. And as I'm stretching it, I'm going to type in 2 to make that total length 4. So that's what we're going to do there. And I'm going to go ahead and lay out these two circles. Now I've been given a distance from 0.75, so 0.75 up, 1 inch over. So I'm going to come right here, good line over 1, up 0.75, and the end point of that line is going to be the center of the circle. So that circle has a diameter of 1. So we're going to draw that diameter of 1, and I'm going to go back and do that on the other side. So the other dimensions here are going to be 1 inch over and 0.75 up. Alright, so let's draw the line over 1 inch and up 0.75. Complete that with a circle diameter. Alright, so I'm going to go back and just erase these lines that are right here. I'm just using the window, so I used the window and crossed over those little small lines. Now if I had used the erase crossing and went over it, that would have erased everything, so I didn't want to do that. So I specifically went over and used the erase with the window. So the line right here, they did give 1.5 inches for the length. I'm going to suggest that you just go ahead and make it 1.75. It does need to be a little bit longer than the 1.5 inches. We just got to get the points and get a true intersection. The 1.5 is just a hair short. So the next two circles that we're going to draw are going to be tangent to the circle up here and tangent to that circle. So I'm going to use my tan radius again. So tangent, and this is the deferred tangent. It's going to pick those two items, and then it's going to specify or get you to specify the radius. So tan radius. Now the second one is going to have the same center point. So for the 3.5 inch diameter or radius circle, I'm going to pick circle radius, point to the outside of the circle, and use that for the radius. Alright, so I'm going to just trim the rest of this off. So trim, hit enter, erase everything on the outside here. I'm going to put down that line, click that, and then I've got a couple of the little things I need to draw, but I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. So back to the tan radius, tangent here, tangent 4.25, tan radius, circle radius for the next one, point to the center circle, draw the radius at 3.5. Alright, and then 2.25 inches from the bottom, I need to draw this other line. So I'm going to go up 2.25, draw a line over. I'm going to just pull this line over and let that go to, I'm going to pick on that and then bring it back to the intersection. Bring this one back to the intersection. There we go. And let's go back to trim. Hit enter to make everything trimmable. Get rid of the two larger ones. Erase the construction lines, and there we go. So go ahead and save that as the sensor mount.